is ahead. He's got Crinkle in front. Alexi takes it strong to the cup.
Here in the inside, Stanley Bridges.
Oh, nice pirouette off the glass, off the crossover.
What a block from Jared Pero ang goal!
Oh, big block.
To work with.
It's the basket. Nikas Salabasal. Boom.
Sa kabagot!
Forward ahead to RR. Bang! Bang! And for our second game tonight on a night that is made special by interesting things happening in the sky. We have two teams that are on the rise, playing so well, and they would like to continue to play well, Dr. J.
Well, we have the Alaska team, the hottest team together with the Magnolia Hotshots. Well, Phoenix coming off a nice victory over the Barangay Negro Kings. And a well-deserved victory. But they know they have to keep on going if they want to make the quarterfinals and possibly a chance to make the semifinals.
There's a big shakeup that's happening. Some teams that are not expected to win over the other are winning against the other teams, Dr. J.
Yeah, well, I thought Phoenix realized the other day that they had a very important ball game. Plus the fact that, of course, they knew Greg Slaughter wasn't going to play. So the advantage of a person, of a team that as a 7-footer was not there for them. Phoenix is not a tall team. They do not have big centers. They don't have big dominating men. So if the other team does not have good big men, they match up well against them because their guards and their small forwards are terrific players.
Absolutely. And the quarter, the first brought to you by Cobra. Simulan na natin ang labanan ng tunay na lakas. We are inside the Mall of Asia Arena, and I am happy that we are back just about near center court, Dr. J.
Yeah, obviously it makes it easier for us to be able to look at what's happening on the left and on the right. Sometimes if you're on the other side of the floor. This was the guy that was very important in their last game, especially the key basket in the end game against Ginebra, who was making a comeback.
As always, a reliable shooter when he's on. We've got Tang, and JV Casio is starting also. Toss is there. Casio takes his first step. No, and Kramer cleans up the rebound.
Well, Kramer and Wilson are both good rebounders. Even though they're undersized, they do go to the boards a lot, and that really helps the Phoenix team.
I think they have no understanding about how tall they really are.
Well, they just play bigger than height, especially Willie Wilson.
Revilla's shot skirts outside, had a clear view of the hoop, but a little too much spin on the wrist, perhaps. Still scoreless. First minute going by is here. We're inside the Mall of Asia Arena, as reported earlier. Here comes Banchero, who played well the other day against Blackwater. Toss. Cruz forced to pass back. 4 seconds of the shot clock. Toss takes over. No.
Smallest man on the floor. Good rebounding for him because his teammates boxed out the bigger players of the Alaska Aces.
But these two teams, Dr. J, match up kind of well against each other.
Yeah, except for maybe Toss. But of course, Toss is not the Toss of old, but he still is a pretty good player. The problem there is when Abueva and Manuel really come in and give them that. And that's a breakaway there, but Revilla not giving up.
And success because he did not give up. Right, together with Jeff Chan. Chan dances a little, puts it up, can't get it to curl inside. Ball is loose. Casio is there to pick it up.
Nobody can make a layup in this ball game so far.
Nobody, indeed.
2 minutes gone by, no scores yet.
Banchero momentarily changes direction. He usually doesn't spot up right away. Looked like traveling as well.
Yeah, when he took that first step. The referees in this ball game are Peter Balao, who is the Class A. Maui or Tuaste, and plus the fourth man. I have to see him later. He's a new guy.
Time now, if we can, our Moneyball question, our Phoenix Accelerate Moneyball question number 1. Sino ang nahirang na player of the week nitong nakaraang linggo mula January 22 to 28? Si Vic Manuel, si Willie Wilson, o si Chris Banchero?
Hindi pa rin nakakabutas dito ang ayan, finally Alaska gets the first point of the ball game on a split charity. And pressure being applied here by Casio, who is bigger than the guy he's guarding.
Which is rare.
But both point guards of the De La Salle Green Archers.
And LA also has no idea what size he is, and he's guilty of traveling. Both these coaches, so much history, will get that. We're getting ahead of that. But, you know, they will probably play a similar game against each other here.
Well, Louie last established yung parang pressing defense when he was the assistant coach for Alex Compton. We're gonna see that later on. But right now, hindi sila nakaka-score, so hindi rin sila nakaka-press. No?
Which they love to do off the free throw or a made basket. In the meantime, here's the shake fake. What's it called? Dami na natin nasabi. 1 point pa lang na ibubusta. May ganong laro, Dr. J.
Yeah, meron naman yung lahat ng bitawan mo, pasok, no? So, siyempre, ibang venue. We haven't been here for a while. Hindi naman ganun kalamig dito.
Buti na lang. This place can be cold, huh?
Yeah. Especially when it was first used.
Sa kapag FIBA tournament, usually ang lamig.
Ayun ang gusto naman ng FIFA.
Siyempre.
They don't care if there's anybody or no. Everybody watching. Everything full blast.
We have a foul in that last play. And it is Chris Banchero called for that foul. Each side has been called for a foul. John zips it downstairs. Wilson lost control. Banchero, quick feet.
Siya may punto so far dito sa laro nito. And he's really playing well. And we're going to have an early timeout being requested here by the Phoenix Fuel Masters.
It's a 30-second variety that they call early on. We're going to check out something quickly on a fast break brought to you by United Auctioneers Incorporated, the biggest auction company in the Philippines. ISO certified, sa bidding, ikaw ang bida. We said earlier that there's so much history between Louie Alas and Alex Compton. At one time, it was Louie who was the head coach, Alex Compton was the player, and then there was a time Alex Compton was the head coach, and then it was Louie Alas who served as assistant. So much between the two of them.
Yeah, syempre. And you would say you're friends. Kasama rin dyan si Topek Robinson, who was part of that Alaska coaching staff before moving on together with Louie Alas, no? So lumipat sila.
And let's send it to Carla Izard.
Coach Louie Alas once coached Alex Compton during their NBA days when they were part of the Manila Metro Stars. At sabi nga ni Coach Louie, they were champions that year and Coach Alex was actually named MVP. At sabi daw ni Coach Louie, parang meron na siyang coach sa loob ng court dati. And he actually said to Coach Alex, you will make a great coach someday. So medyo surreal for him that they're coaching against each other here today. Back to you guys.
What you are in the past could be different in the future, huh? So, eto na, they're coaching against each other.
Nakashoot na rin dito ang Phoenix on a very hard follow-up there by Macho Wright.
Kanina, no? While Carlo was reporting. In the meantime, the baseline foray hits the edge of the board. It's down on the ground. That won't work. Toss is there. You know, I like this eye-level position we're in because you feel the speed of the players, really. Toss. Got it!
5-2 count in favor of the Aces. Well, this was the time when I first worked on television in Araneta 82. This was the eye level that we used, and we were at the middle of the court. No? Something that I really enjoyed.
Feel mo yung energy, no?
And you can, you know, sometimes if you do not watch a game live, can't say who are the good teams. No, really, this is true. You can feel yung matchup kung kaano kalakas ang isang team.
Kaya yung mga coaches continue to scout live, no? Huh?
Yeah.
Banchero's dribble rolls away. Here's Revilla looking for some help. There's a tough catch by Wilson, but too many defensive hands. The shot of right falls on in short.
Yung nagiging problema ni Lily dahil hindi siya malaki, it's not a power play. That's going to be a foul and that's going to be 2 free throws. It's not really a power player. So pag tinayungan mo with 1 or 2 guys, hindi talaga siya umaangat. He has to throw it out and he has to throw a bad shot.
Kailangan may konting spasyo
he
para
needs a
maka-operate.
space. No?
Banchero will shoot charities 5-4 with 6:37 to go, opening quarter.
Siya nga leading scorer nitong ball game so far.
Halos lahat ng puntos kung nag-umpisa sa kanya. Ayun, bumati yung mga dating players sa kanilang dating assistant coach. Ngitian, tawanan, pati yung baka nakialam. Huy! Kasali ka dyan! Oh, mascot siya. Samantala, Banchero takes care of the charities, makes it a 7-4 count. Alaska is the number 4 team, both in offense and in defense. By the way, Abueva's already on the floor, and you will notice very quickly, sporting a new number. Tang's attempt will not work. And Jeff Chan is in charge of the ball. Tang may have bumped Chan. Chan tried to ram it against Tang for it to bounce out. Didn't happen. Here's Calvin. Swings right. Goes left. Puts it up. No go.
That's a wild shot. Medyo alam natin he was not present for the Aces in their last game. I think he has only practiced once ever since then. Once or twice siguro.
And had to leave because of a family reason. In the meantime, Kramer gets it from very close range. And it's a 7-6 ball game.
Magandang assist na binigay ni Matthew Wright yun. So good positioning there for Doug Kramer.
Dr. J, kadalasan yung mga good shooters, they become good passers also. It's the meantime, there's the turn by Abueva.
Ayan ang binanggit mo. Ayan, that guy is a good shooter, Casio. He's always been a good passer. Being a point guard. And, you know, right on the money yung kanyang binigay na pasa.
Kasi pag pinagkakaguluhan yung shooter, lumilibre yung iba eh.
Even Jeff's a pretty good passer.
Kalata ko yan kay Larry Bird, di ba? Kahit si Jerry West nung araw. In the meantime, Jeff Chan lets it fly. Hard on the iron. There's a push. Calvin Abueva, I think, is downstairs getting to know our cameraman. No, it'll go against Wilson. We're going to stand up from our seats momentarily because we've got the first time out. 9-6, Alaska.
Welcome back to the 43rd season of the PBA here on ESPN5. Calvin Abueva is back for the Alaska Aces. He ended up missing their last game because of a family emergency. Nag-warm up siya but he ended up going home. But now he's back. Nakabalik na nga siya sa Gilas practice last Monday. At sabi ng mga coaches ng Alaska, ang ganda daw ng ensayo ni Calvin to prepare for today's game. And you may have noticed that he's actually sporting a new number. Dati number 8, ngayon number 88 na ang kanyang gamit. At sabi niya, he just wants to try something new for the new year. Back to you, gentlemen.
Alam mo, unti-unti nang nagiging football team tong Alaska. Napansin ni Magumarajon yun ng isang araw. 87 na si Vic Manuel, 88 na ngayon si Abueva.
Well, 88 has always been a lucky number for Chinese.
I have a son who was born on August 8, 1988.
Yeah, that's the year of the Fire Dragon.
Yeah.
Same as yung inaanak mo.
Yung sila yung mga 88 eh, no? Yep. Good stretch! Doesn't work, however. And the rebound control by Chua. Here comes Hasul, rather. Rakal sa kabila yun. Perkins is in the game already. Perkins fires! Yes! May kamay din itong Perkins, eh, no?
He always had it, you know. As a matter of fact, he can even shoot three-point shots. If you give him an open look. Look at that kind of scrambling defense being employed there.
Ganda ng pasahan. Tang lets it fly. It won't stay inside. Abueva clearing the inside. Kay Dagger looks pa. Nag-iwan pa. Tinignan si Alolino eh.
Justin Chua called for the foul. Medyo parang. And then we have Vic Manuel now coming into the ball game, replacing Sanitos.
And you just saw the smart move of the half, brought to you by Smart. Be there like never before. Great escape.
Great pass. Sabi mo nga, guys can really make the pass. Part of the game right now.
Saka yung extra pass kasi creates the rhythm eh. In the meantime, this ball is loose. Shot clock winding down to 9. Game clock down to 3:53. Here's the turnaround against Manuel. Falling down. No. Rebound. Loose ball variety. Is it on Perkins?
It is on Perkins.
There's some very tough hombres in this game, Dr. J. Huh?
Yeah, well, you talk about Abueva and you talk about Manuel, so they're tough. I think Rocal is tough. If you look at the other side, RJ Hasul is tough.
Itong Enciso, di rin papatalo to. Wala pa yung examiniano dyan. Samantala, we go downstairs. Here's Rick Manuel. He loves to post up. He'll probably go straight to the hoop. Had that great game just the other night when he was best player.
I think the resurgence of the Aces is because they're healthy.
Correct.
And the two guys that have really helped them in their big comeback is the confidence in Banchero plus Vic Manuel.
That is well said, Dr. J. And they currently have a 5-point lead in this first quarter of play.
Two team fouls na dito sa Alaska Aces. Yung Phoenix nasa penalty na. Low scoring ball game for Phoenix with 3 minutes and 13. They only have 8 points. No?
They haven't had a clear, decent shot at the basket.
Wala pang puntos ito si Jeff Chan. And we see JC Intal, the guy that can also give you instant scoring. You have to read what kind of game he's going to give you that night. Because when he's on, he's also on.
Yep, indeed. If he slashes, he'll slash you up. Dribblers ang tamang sagot sa ating Phoenix Accelerate Moneyball question. Number 2, si Willie Wilson.
Ito, nakaka-4 na puntos na ito si Perkins. So obviously a good help from the rookie.
Abueva lets it fly from 3-point country.
Winner-win pa niya ang sarili niya rin.
Sa yo-yo yun, around the world.
Oh!
Huli ka. Takbo si Calvin. Tararatatatatatatatatata. Diretso!
Well, you know, the only way you're going to stop that, you have to stand in his way. And that's another bad pass.
Nearly taken away by Intal, but Abueva keeping his wits about him. Abueva said, let's go, let's attack. We have the momentum. Manuel Enciso lets it fly. 3. No. Rebound. Off. Okay, I thought it was off Perkins, but it's a last touch by Alaska. And the Aces request a timeout. They raced to an 8-point lead. Back with us here. And when you have Vic Manuel, you get this. And Dr. J so succinctly put it that the return and resurgence of the Aces has been helped in ample supply by the health and good condition of their muscle man. Look at what he did against Blackwater. 16 points and all those other numbers. And if Carla is ready, go ahead, Carla.
Sabi ni Vic Manuel, 2017 was very, very frustrating for him because he was dealing with his knee injury. Pero sabi niya, yan yung ginagamit niyang motivation ngayon. Pangako daw niya sa sarili niya ngayong 2018, makakabalik na siya sa dati niyang laro. He lost 15 pounds to do that and worked on his strengthening. Every day pa rin daw yan hanggang ngayon. Dahil malapit na niyang ma-achieve yung goal niya. And he said that he's very happy that his hard work has been paying off. Back to you guys.
I love people who set a health goal and achieve it. Whether they're athletes or ordinary people. I envy you. I really do.
Hirap na hirap silang pumasa.
Oo. Ito, sabi ni Louie Alas, baba niyo ba? Alolino.
The thing that I see is the formation allows a straight up pressing defense. You don't screen. You know, 2 screens to be able to get your receivers free. That's their problem.
Kasi nangyayari, halos isang screen lang, halos wala pa eh.
Magkahiwalay sila eh. Alam mo naman the way mag-pressure. And what we are allowed now, you know, with the kind of calls that we are allowed now, hindi yung medyo mabangga mo ng katawan, mapipikuhan ka ng foul. So ngayon, mas may leeway. Bakit talaga sa team nila yun?
Kaya hirap yung mga nagdi-dribble dati na nakakawala na hindi binabangga. Eh ngayon may bangga na ng konti. So may kahirapan ng konti. Ito, huli ito. Uy, pero ito sobra naman to.
And that's a penalty situation, foul called against Perkins.
Perkins, Abueva checking his jaw. He's smiling at Perkins. Perkins is smiling back.
Yeah, you got me there.
Yeah.
Ito si Perkins, ang laki rin ng pinayat nito. Because
Hindi ganyan kaliit yan nung nasa Lazad.
his
Eto.
chest and his waist. Ito naisahan siya. He puts that hand there.
Malapit na nga naman ang Oscars eh. Ito na Dr. J sinasabi
And
mo.
then they're gonna trap you at the corners. No, they don't have a receiver from the big men for an outlet cam. Thing swerte, nakapatid pa doon si Azul. No, si Azul, alam niya ito dahil galing siya sa Alaska.
Correct. Here's Alolino. Fires from the baseline. No bite. And here comes Vic Manuel. The big guy is on the dribble. Scoops it over to the side. They slow it down. Phoenix running down quickly defensively. It's Samignano. Peeks inside. Nowhere to go. Long cross-court pass. Here's an open shot. No. And a foul in the subsequent rebound. Nakala an open look, but couldn't drain it.
Magandang foul yun because it stops the other team from going to a break, and that's only their third team foul.
As we observe this steal, brought to you by United Auctioneers Incorporated, the biggest auction company in the Philippines. ISO certified sa bidding. Ikaw, mabida. Intal Chua working on the perimeter.
It's going to be a holding foul on Eximilano.
Fourth team foul of Alaska. And we are down to the final 54.6 seconds of this opening period. Pareho pa yung culture nitong dalawang to. Although Alaska nagpauso nitong pakurbatahan eh, no?
Well, it started with Team Coke.
Yeah, of course. And Seesaw rushing. Trailer, Manuel. He has 4 in the game. And Alaska has posted its biggest spread of 11.
Relentless talaga itong pressure defense na pinakikita nitong Aces.
And it comes when you're healthy. And you can only do
That's
this.
one. And it also comes when you're winning. When you're winning, it's hard to lose. When you're losing, it's hard to win.
And that is the best caption of the night from Dr. J. It is a 23-10 count. And we're going to review this power move of the quarter brought to you by Cobra Energy Drink. Tunay na lakas. We will segue into a timeout.
Walang magagawa yung referee guard. Di man enough to play. Okay, 3 again. What's JC? Go guys, go.
Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena, Dr. J, a brief peek at our team standings.
Right now, we have two teams tied on top with the loss of San Miguel the other night. Tabla na sila ng Magnolia, who also has a 4-game winning streak, no? Together with Alaska. And Alaska is knocking on the door. Remember, the top 2 teams will have a twice-to-beat advantage against number 8 and number 7. And, you know, you have to remember, the last 2 years before last year, Alaska was in the championship
Correct.
of the PBA first conference. And right now, they are playing on that level right now. No?
They were a win short.
Well,
Diba?
they had a 3-0 thing.
Yeah.
Actually, you would say it was almost a given. But nothing is a given when you play the top San Miguel team. No?
In the meantime, Alolino drops it from about 17, and they come within 11. We're done. And this first quarter could be spelled Alaska Aces because they've dictated the flow of this game. We will bring you back to the Mall of Asia Arena after these messages. And recent history, the Phoenix Fuel Masters took care of business. They had a lead of as much as 24 against Ginebra, but when you play Ginebra, you know that at a certain point they will roar back. But it was Jeff Chan who bailed them out of trouble in the end.
Yeah, ito. You have to remember, bagong coach dito si Coach Louis Alas. So it's also a learning process with him. in the sense that he has some players that he has never coached before. So to mold them now into a team, they have the lineup. Kulang lang talaga sila sa malaki. But their lineup is, you know, scoring-wise, okay. Ang problema nila is Alaska did not allow them to even set well at the half
I
court.
agree. That is so clear. And this second quarter is brought to you by Cobra Energy Drink May Laban Ka. Sam Sarmenta with the doctor, Andy Howe, Carla Lizardo completing your broadcast team for your second game under the baton of Director Koy Yopango.
Well,
The bearded one, Dr. J.
Well, yes. Yeah, matagal na nga nangyari yan. Nakikita si record. Yan si Dehesa, by the way, is in the ball
Yes,
game.
he is.
And Avelino trying to go back-to-back.
Of late, he's been a little more aggressive going to the basket, which is good for this point guard.
Well, Avelino is about maybe 6 feet at least, and he's a burly point guard.
Oh,
no?
yes,
Got
sir.
Great advantage. But against itong si Enciso, parehas lang sila sa katawan.
JC and Tal fires from the right flank, does not get any connection. And it's bang, bang, rush, 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 where Alaska, when they attack on the other end on the fast break. Here's the pass to Manuel. Manuel, runner, gets it to fall. The big man has a soft touch.
Ganun ang aces eh. Hindi nila inaantay mag-set up kayo ng defense. So bahala na. And that's why it can work against especially teams that are a little bit slow in the transition
That's true.
defense.
Oh. And on fast breaks, they're number 3 in scoring fast break points, average of 16.8 in that department. They bottle up the Hesa, who had nowhere to go. It's an unforgiving defense, huh? And by the way, we're going to review this drive brought to you by United Auctioneers Incorporated, the biggest auction company in the Philippines. ISO certified. Sa bidding, ikaw ang bida.
And you have to be in very good shape. And you have to have some depth on the bench to be able to play this kind of defense throughout the game. This 48-minute ball game.
Yes, this is not college ball, huh? Magat, by the way, also on that floor, entered towards the end of the first quarter, rather.
Well, before Bakla was able to come back, they didn't have another big man of what you would call a real center. That's why they used Magat a lot. But Bakla did return to their lineup last game, and he's going to come into the ball game right now, replacing Vic Manuel.
You know, this is an excellent shot blocker. Nonoy Bakla has a great all-around game, if you think about it. Here we go with Dehesa. Kramer sends it to Alulina. The shot clock coming down to 7. Here's Matthew Wright, has not had a very good view of the basket. Wiggles open, hits the iron. The lead is 13. It is the biggest lead. And Ciso sends it to the corner to Racal. Racal starts a drive, baseline drive by Baclaw. The hook pass to the corner. Examiniano can't drain it.
Nakita mo, bumalik lahat yung puti. Lahat ng 5 aces. There's no fast break opportunity at all for Matthew Wright.
Ball on the ground. Dehesa picks it up. Puts up the shot. No serve. Wright wiggles. I thought he'd take the shot. Kramer surprised. I thought he was thinking that Wright would shoot.
Too many turnovers on the part here of the Phoenix.
Oh! And Ciso knocking in the 3, and we now have what is the biggest lead. The counter on the other end, no. Here's Enciso. Slows it down, Racal. You know, and if you have a high-octane game like Alaska, fueled by wins, fueled by energy, in terms of playing time, you're not worried about getting tired because there are other guys who will come in for you.
It's funny you use that word because it's Phoenix that should be.
Yeah, actually, no.
And they are. They're okay. The only problem is they've been taken out of their game where they're comfortable. Kaya na naman, look at the
Takbo!
defense.
Oo, no? Walang ano eh. Kung kailangan sumundot, susundot. Pero hiningal din sila. Timeout daw. They lead by 16, 28 to 12. Phoenix has not scored in the quarter. And we have a full ceasefire requested by Alex Compton. Rather, Vic Manuel so far providing all the hustle and muscle expected of him in this game.
Nakita mo yun, nabangga siya, but he still, okay lang yung pick yourself up. If you can dish it, you better be able to take it. And the way, we have a lot of players being used here by Coach Alex Compton, including Pascual.
And then now here's
Galigues is also on the floor. And of course, Devon Pats,
the Sambeda Red Lion.
the second rookie that they picked up this year after Jeron Peng.
Alam mo, nung timeout, yung dulo, sabi ni Louie Alas, huwag tayo matakot mapagod. In the meantime, the whistle. Travel.
Yeah, nangyari talaga sa Phoenix. They're just off rhythm. Hindi sila makaset ng half court. They can't make the screens for their shooters like Jeff and Wright to be able to get those three-point shots or penetrations. Yun ang naging problema nila eh. Very, very hard defense. Oh, everybody, walang mapunta. Everybody's after you all over the place.
Jeff Chan finally clearance. Oh, he knocked it in.
He had to make a hard shot, and those are his first 2 points of the ballgame.
And the first 2 points of Phoenix in the quarter.
Well, very manageable lead because 7 minutes and 42 seconds pa tayo dito sa second quarter.
Good up fake by Galigues. He sends it to the corner. And that is too long by Racal. Noy Baclau is there to clean it up.
Yan ang mortal sin because nobody rebounded for the red shirt.
Yun. Pinanood si Baclau. Well, bigay ng bola.
That's a good set. But
Yep.
they didn't make the shot. It's a good set there because it's a shot that you want your point guard to take.
Saka yung medyo clear shot, ano?
It was open. They're not getting a lot of that in this ball game, so that was a good one.
Well, we'll take it. Here's Baclau, peeks inside. Good play here. As here's a curl. Galigues being set up. Good up fake. Got it!
Yung basketball, nakakahawa rin yun pag maganda laro ng
Hawa-hawa no?
ng first 5 mo. The other team just continues to follow. The bench players continue to follow suit.
Right with the turnaround shot that does not work. And the rebound secured by Pascual. Galigues will slow it down, send it to Potts. Baclau dancing against Kramer. Corner. No. Revilla has it. Quickly to right. Nice cut to the basket, but angled away at the last moment.
Kung maganda laro ni Wilson ng isang araw, today can't give them anything. Can't produce.
Yeah.
Well, the other team has been paying attention to him. That's why.
Guarjado.
Yep.
Nice pick and roll. You gotta shoot that. I learned from you a long time ago, those big men have to nail those kinds of shots, Dr. J. Yung ganong kalapit. In the meantime, Wright hasn't had a decent screen, Here's Revilla. Wright swings left.
Now look where he's going. There's hard show against him. He's got to give up the ball almost always.
Hindi siya maka-iskwala. Doon sa tira, Jeff Chan free. Yes!
Finally, 3-point shot. The first 3-point shot for Phoenix in this ball game.
And he has the points that have added to the 12-point total at the end of the first quarter of Phoenix. Here's Pascual. Potts circling around the pick. Wright lost in the maze. Potts lost it. He was bothered by Wright and hounded by Wilson. Wright slows it down. Parang bilis ng baba na Alaska. Libre! Bang!
Back-to-back 3-point shots by Jeff Chan, and that could get the Phoenix Fuel Masters really revved up.
And back in business.
Yep.
Jeffrey Carriazo, one of the assistants, was concerned that people had not marked Jeff Chan in that last offensive set.
But they've done everything correctly already.
Until that moment,
You
yeah.
have to give yourself sometimes when you do make mistakes and you tend to forget how good he is if he's open. So a lot of substitutions here. Balik si Casio, balik si Abueva, balik si Jeron Teng.
At bumalasan ng baraha.
Pero bibigyan pa rin yung pagkakataon si Pats at saka si Pascual maglaro dito.
JP Mendoza, by the way, has been brought into the Phoenix lineup. Here's Tank, draws a double coverage, strip.
Nandun rin si Erobo, no, si Joseph Erobo.
Yep, I failed to mention that. His pass a little too high.
Swerte sila, that was outside, but I don't know where he was passing to because Erobo is not that kind of a leaper.
He's not Superman.
No, he's only about 6'2.5", 6'3".
Erobo rolling the pass. Uy, sandali. Sabi, may pito na eh. Yan o, may... Jeff Chan with the offensive foul. Here's our second Moneyball question. Open your Moneyball app. Ito na ang Phoenix Accelerate second Moneyball question. Pagkatapos ni Sonny Toss sa first round, sino ang sumunod na sinungkit ng Alaska sa second round ng 2004 PBA draft? Willie Wilson, Erwin Soto o si Wesley Gonzalez? Maraming fans, alam niyo mga round-round na yan. Ano nangyari dito?
There was a warning against Jeff Chan because of the call of referee Yante on the weak side calling an offensive foul. And Jeff was not very happy. Tapos ito, natawagan yata ng technical pa ito si Coach Louie Alas. Kasi siyempre, pinoprotektahan rin niya yung player niya.
And Louis still joined.
Yeah, this guy is very quick to draw the ire of the other coaches.
Pasha drains it, the technical.
That's great. They had great momentum, and all of a sudden, let me see this play if there was an offensive foul called against Jeff. I don't know what he did for him to make that kind of a call.
Here's Teng. Time is down to 3:48. We're flying here in the second quarter. Until that moment, Abueva, good crossover. Oh, he fell! Yes, sir!
That's teaching him a lesson.
Halika, pasok ka sa eskwela.
Well, of course, Robo is still a young player. And
Nice.
Abueva is very seasoned as well as very good player.
And Joseph Erobo losing the handle there. Here comes Casio. Goes straight to the hole. Foul. Will shoot charities.
Meron pang parang tinatawag natin nice screen by Abueva na walang makatulong doon sa drive ni Casio.
You know, you're so correct and very observant at that point. Si Abueva, may mga subtle screen na
Harante.
tapos bubukas lang yung lane eh. Watts will now sit down after doing his tour of duty. Banchero, the starter, back in. This is not the biggest crowd, but one of the noisiest, Dr. J.
Well, I think the Alaska Aces, they do have a...
Great following.
Oh, that's a push. And of course, Casio acknowledges it. Only the second foul. They've never gotten into team penalty despite their pressure defense the whole night.
Kasi they're not playing defense with their hands. They're moving laterally well.
What's allowed them is, that's what they do. A little body here and there,
That is a foul and a basket.
Great pass their backdoor play. Nice bounce pass straight to the hands. Erobo getting that acknowledgement from Jeff Chan, who suddenly is exploded in this quarter. 8 puntos siya dito, 10 na. Kanina 0 pa yan sa first quarter pala, sorry.
And the player from Negros missing that free throw. Lead is still a 17-pointer as we go under 3 minutes here. It's the second quarter. Balik kay Casio. Goes up with nothing. Mendoza holding on to his mouth may have been tagged there. Jeff Chan in and out. Pascual flying.
That's what we like about Jeff as a rifleman. And look at Pancero. Wow.
Oh!
But
what price?
masama yan because parang he's holding on to his shoulder, you know. You like all those? Oh, it's okay.
Sakit yung kamay.
Yung wrist niya medyo nasaktan.
Kasi tuloy-tuloy, no?
Wala eh. Walang preno eh.
Power move ng quarter ito. At sa inyo ng Cobra Energy Drink.
You know, we hope he's okay because
Yeah.
throughout his career, he's also had a lot of injuries. No?
Tunay na lakas. Oo, no? We want to see more of our players. But, you know, injuries are a natural phenomenon. Carla, what do you have?
Coach Alex Compton credits Coach Eric Altamirano for Chris Bonchero's improved game. Sabi niya na Coach Eric actually suggested to transition Chris from a pure point guard to a two guard, and he has really flourished from that change because now he has more freedom on the floor, and it was a better way for them to emphasize his offensive strengths. Back to you, 7 Doctor.
And Eric Altamirano, also a very good two guard during his playing years, both for UP and when he was here in the Pro League.
Loose ball foul called against Wright. They are in the penalty. Di ba? 14 fouls pa naman. So pwede pa. Meron pa silang isa to give.
Pero magaling itong matindi itong pace na sinet ng Alaska.
Gusto makabawi ni Abueva dahil yung isang game, hindi siya naglaro eh.
Oo. Tip in.
Nakakadalawang tip-in na ito si Macho Wright. Hindi mga 3-point shooting ang pamatay niya ngayon ha. Puro tip-in.
Bagong dimension ng laro niya. Banchero's dribble. Interrupted. Casio is there to rescue the ball. And we're down to 1 minute and 47. Shot clock reads 11. Here's Tang. Abueva. Casio against two defenders. Great ball movement by the Aces. Shot doesn't materialize, however. And underneath the basket, some
Loose ball
pushing.
foul naman dito kay Jake Pascual. So wala pa rin sila sa penalty. No? Pangatlong team foul. Pangapat na team foul na yan para sa Alaska. May isa pa actually to give.
Pareho. Here's Revilla. Dictating the flow of the offense. Mendoza stops. They're trying to set up this guy. Too long. Abueva snares it. His pass is seized by Wright.
Nabasa ni Wright yung pasa.
And Revilla and company don't want to waste this acquisition. Ooh, pocket pass sana na ibig yung bola. It's on the ground.
Time out yata dito ang Alaska Aces. Si Abueva.
Mukhang nakalusot ng timeout. No? 30-second variety ang gagamitin. 19 pa rin ang distansya. And we've got a good one going here. Earlier tonight, we had TNT Katropa winning against Kia Picante. It was a close game.
Close game in the end game.
1985.
Good game there by Kelly Williams, Jason. But the end game, it was R.R. Garcia who provided 6 third points. No?
Yes.
2 baskets and 2 free throws.
And mga nagatanaw sa aton sa Negros, Aridi ang inyong Negros sniper. And Jeff Chan of late has been providing some big points, and he has come to life here in the second quarter.
Well, obviously, somebody's got to pick up something here because they have had no scoring at all from their big guns. Kaya hindi makapuelo yung kanilang mga bench players. Lahat humahabol. And that was just a 30-second timeout, so it's almost a minute now.
Oh, yeah.
Kaya tinatawag ng mga referees ngayon yung both teams. Ay, pumasok na kayo. Baka ma-delay. Warning of delay of the game pa kayo.
Total na pag-usapan Negros, kapoy-kapoy na gid ang Phoenix. Just chasing or getting loose from Alaska. Thrown off balance yung kanilang attack throughout this first half. Look at Kasha. His quiet leadership just so impressive and helpful for Alaska. Long cross court to Tang. Tang peeks inside. Abueva with a good seal, but no chance for a pass. Banchero free. Knocks it down. It's a three.
Ibali na laro ngayon ni Banchero.
Iba na.
12 points in the ball game right now.
Kasi hindi rin napapagod setting up. Nakatira eh. Erobo. Oh, saan ka pupunta? Sabi ni Pascual.
Last shot time dito para sa Alaska Aces. May foul to give naman ng Phoenix if they want to use it. No? Pwedeng gamitin niya para hindi na maka-attempt. Doon na isa. Tamang tawag yun. Tama rin ang ginawa ng player.
At sagot natin bago matapos ng quarter sa ating Phoenix Accelerate Moneyball question ay number 1. Si Willie Wilson. Inbound. Banchero angled away. There's a foul. Erobo whistled for that foul. Number 2.
Ang mali nun, final niya, di act of shooting kaya 2 free throws. Because they had the foul to give it. Now, act of shooting, immaterial yun. At saka naging 15 foul nila. But only 3.2 seconds left.
23, biggest lead na ito.
Well, they've controlled the game
Ang Alaska.
completely.
Yeah.
Defensively, offensively. Walang magawang tama ang Phoenix sa kanilang pagkalaro. The only guy that played well in the second quarter is Jeffrey.
Down to 3.2.
They might not even get a shot off. But it's down to 0.7 of a second right now.
James Bond. Oo, 7. Sorry.
Oh. 0.7. Oh, counting them kung pumasok.
And Phoenix will need a Bond-like recovery to get out of this predicament they're in because the Alaska Aces have been all business. 48-24 halftime activities coming up. That game you were talking about on Cuneta on Saturday. I think that was the rescheduled
Provincial game.
Legazpi game. But because of the activity of Mount Volcano.
But we also hope that yung mga kababayan natin doon,
Tama.
you know. But here we see Alaska doubling up
Sila,
on Phoenix.
nag-i-erupt dito, Dr. J. At,
And look at their shooting percentage. 48%, 27% lang yung kalaban. Talaga matatambakan ka. Even free throws, 12, tatatlo lang sa kalaban. Bench points, this is no contest, plus 23. Turnovers, marami rin para sa Alaska because they created the turnovers.
Jeff John is the only double-digit producer for Phoenix.
Bancheros really played the game here, together with Calvin Abueva. No?
Yes, and the Aces limiting the Fuel Masters to only 12 points per quarter. And we welcome you to the third, brought to you by Cobra Energy Drink. May laban ka. And Dr. J, para magkaroon ng laban itong Phoenix, anong top of their agenda sa third quarter?
Well, they gotta take some gambles. This is an open shot.
Yes.
So that's very important to them, that they run, force some turnovers, force some misses, run a little bit, and take a gamble with some of their shots, you know, because anyway, when they're setting up, they're not getting anything out of it either.
Comes out of the press earlier in the first half. You just joined us. They were stymied. They could not assemble any decent offensive line. Banchero bottled up. Casio fires. Can't get it to go. The rebound controlled by Mendoza. Mendoza, however, maybe have been dribbling a little too much. Where was the point guard to ask for the ball? Interesting. No point guard really. Should have been Hasul perhaps.
But Azul was down on the other end.
Yeah.
Magbakan silang dalawa ni Racal. Pareho silang bagsak doon on the other end.
In the meantime, Casio and company try to assemble the table right now. New guests have arrived. Bancheros swings it out. And Cruz lets it fly. 3-point country.
So nasagot kaagad yung 3-point shot ng nabuslo ng Phoenix. Nag-turnover ang Phoenix. Binigyan kaagad sila ng 3-point shot ng Alaska.
Much livelier hop to the step of the Fuel Masters here at the top of this third quarter. Can they sustain it? Wilson attacks, nothing there. Perkins fighting for it. Wilson wins out, sends long to Jeff John, who wiggles open, creates the shot. Will get free throws after this foul.
ability to maneuver in mid-air. He had no open shots. He had a smaller defender on him. That's why, you know, he was able to fish for the foul. Jeff, the only guy in double figures for his team.
In that first half. And let's send it to Carla. Carla?
Coach Louis Alas already had the chance to coach Jeff Chan in the past for the national team, and he said he distinctly remembers that Jeff was the smartest guy on the court. So when he took over the Phoenix Fuel Masters coaching duties, he actually asked Jeff to help him watch over and guide the younger guys on the team. So Jeff was really more than happy to take on that role. 7, Doc J.
Ganon si Louis Alas mag-run ng team, ano? Distributes the responsibility to the kuyas, the titos, senior citizens. Toss up against Perkins.
That's a good call. Yeah, the reach in by Jeff Chan forced the foul. It was unnecessary really because medyo na-clear na nila yung side against Toss making that good move to the basket.
First team foul against Phoenix. Same number as the Alaska Aces. Cruz.
Good luck.
Yep. Perkins jumping. Timing is blocked perfectly. Jeff Chan suspends himself in the air. Mendoza fighting quick, but they can't hang on to the ball. Casio changes directions.
And he was fouled there. He will go to the free throw line.
Tell me what Jamie Casio has for birthday or breakfast or anything. He still has that great hesitation move that throws off defenders.
Well, you know, siyempre gaganahan ka sa isang team where you're one of their big stars. You know, when your team is winning, and you know you have to sustain that winning streak. Now, he knows his responsibility is big. Calvin probably knows that too.
You know, it's at the slightest move. Randy Victoria, our game producer, and Koya Yupanco teaming up like a great backcourt team. In the meantime, nice move. May pito. Sumabit yata si Sanitos.
And he quickly acknowledges it. That's only his first personal foul. And it saved them 2 points actually. No? So I will acknowledge it also.
53-28, coming down to 9 minutes and 22, third quarter. If you just joined us, it's been an Alaska kind of game since the opening period. Wilson dropped it, recovered it. Ball is bandied about. Where will the ball stay or go?
With Phoenix. Last touch on Rakal.
And they will have a 14-second shot clock, 9:11 to go in this third canto. Here's Mendoza surveying the floor. Azul. Casio trying to pursue him. Oh, he got it.
He had a good start during the first quarter with 4 points right away. He's got 6 in the ball game right now. Oh, nabasa ni Jeff yan. Huli. Pinalipad ni Jeff.
Sige, talong pa.
And right now, warning si Jeff Chan before delay of the game because he stepped over the line. Tatawag na ng timeout si Cruz dahil wala siya mapasahan.
Wala siya makita.
I think if you notice yung Phoenix, matagal sila sa loob ng dugout nila.
Wow.
Because obviously sinasabi ni Louie, we're not doing things properly and we have no energy.
And that's why they stormed out of the locker room on the floor with a little more energy than that they had, than what Mindaya had in that first half. We have Wright coming back in, and he bumps playfully into a Abueva.
Well, magkakampi sa Gilas team yan. They've had some good victories together. Of course, Abueva will not be a member, but he's still a member of the Gilas team. He will not be part of the lineup.
For Australia.
Yes. Oh.
But he finally appeared in the practice.
Yeah, well, siguro kung may problema ka, you have to solve it, especially kung family problem.
Una yun eh.
Yeah, of course. And a hard show there, but resulting in a foul. Jeff knowing how to dribble into the guy to make him commit a foul.
Basketball games, maraming problema Mabuti ng addressment. Manuel is in. Toss will hit the bench. Such a reliable big man to si Santos.
Palitan dito muna si Jeff dahil kasali siya sa pressure defense para maka-try to come back, and he's obviously tired. Babalik dito si L.A. Revilla. That's a good move.
Wilson angled away at the last moment, creates the room, blocked by Abueva.
Hindi talaga siya hindi siya talaga makaporma.
And a foul is called against Abueva. And his first foul. He's holding his hands behind his back. As if he didn't do anything. Nice setup, but Wright does not shoot. Wright shoots now. Ends up short. Rebound claimed by Casio. Quickly to Banchero. Abueva attacks.
No problem. Those kind of shots are no problem for him.
Siya yung astig maglaro.
Yeah.
Astig.
A game changer really for his team.
Oh, Manuel. Diba remember Dr. J back in the day, in the 80s, may Bruce Brothers tayo.
Yeah, they were my players.
Villamin and Relosa, diba?
But eventually they moved on to Alaska.
Yeah.
They teamed up there.
Ako, Manuel and Abueva probably is the new version. United Auctioneers Drive of the game, the biggest auction company in the Philippines, ISO certified sa bidding, ikaw ang bida.
Well, you can see Alex Compton just match up playing small. And all of a sudden, it's, just a different class that you're seeing, because Manuel and Abueva may be small in height, but not small in the way they play.
Iba yun.
Siguro mga 6'3" yan. Abueva is about 6'1" and 3/4, maybe also 6'2". But they play like 6'5" and 6'6" players. And they're quick.
And strong.
Yeah.
And strong.
And they're physical type of players, which is bagay na bagay itong klase ng tawagan para sa kanila.
Oops. Nadapa. Tumayo. Yun ang importante. Tumayo. Why do we fall? Sabi nga ni Alfred the Batman. So we pick ourselves again so we can get up again. Perkins asking for it. May magulo sa likod niya. Big Manuel, susundot-sundot. Nice girl. Nice girl.
Actually, on the team right now, siya lang ang marunong pumoste talaga.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Wala na sila yung mga big man that has really ability to make some good moves at the low post area. What a nice screen there by Casio, without being called for an offensive foul.
Yes, Abueva falling down. Let it fly. Couldn't connect. By the way, Perkins already with 8 points in this game. He's asking for it anew. We're down to 6 minutes and 12, approaching the halfway mark.
Well, you would give it to him because he's been
productive.
Yes, pretty solid.
Step back. Can't squeeze the trigger. Shot clock down to 4. Straight. Not true. Rebound loose. Revilla can't hang on to it. Banchero lets it fly. It's right. He steps into the pass. Perkins. Nice. Switch to the other side.
Second player in double figures here for Phoenix, but they're still down by 21 points.
The two Lasalians trying to tie each other up. No alumni homecoming for now.
Wala. March pa yun.
Ganun ba? Sa Ateneo kasi December.
Okay na, March pa yun.
March pa yan. December 26 weeks, dalawang buwan pa. Right!
Wala
Ayaw,
talagang
Dr. J.
his outside shots will not fall.
May gabing ganun eh.
Well, he's not going to stop trying, and eventually he's going to hit some of those.
Now on the 42, JP Casio.
Matthew Wright currently at a 2 of 11 clip.
Timeout, Los Aces.
The Aces need a huddle ahead 57-36.
Here is the schedule of the next game.
Train, big man! Train! Pwede tayo.
Back inside the Mall of Asia arena with Dr. J and Carlo Lizardo. You know, just the other day, Matthew Wright was doing a marvelous job shooting and delivering against Ginebra San Miguel. They raced to a lead of as much as 24, and that's what he did.
Yeah, he eventually finished with 19 points, 50% shooting from three-point territory with rebounds. Actually, 4 points siya dito galing on tip-ins. But he has not made a shot from a jump shot on the outside at all. Whether it be 3 points or 2 points.
Today has not been the best of days.
I think the defense is really big tight. But he had some open shots here. He probably...
He got Rakal bumping into him.
Number 61, Kevin Ramal, penalty.
And there then the penalty now. The first time that Alaska got into penalty in this ball game, which will mean free throw shots. Para kay Wright.
With still 5:09 to go.
Oh, marami pa yung oras yan.
The assistant coach is reminding and telling Louis Alas that we are in that particular predicament. Or in that advantage, rather.
Yes. Peter Balo tumingin pa sa likod. Sinisiguro penalty ba yan? Baka mamaya mapahinga ako ni Kong Willie.
Smart move of the half. At it's saying, you know, Smart be there like never before.
Yan ang gusto ko sa kanya eh. Better safe than sorry. Pero yung mga pinipiti those guys. Like the other guys, si Jimmy, Mariano, si Montoya, si Noy Guevara. Obviously, that was, you know.
No walk in the park for our new commissioner. Every day is a busy day.
That was a mistake. You know,
Compounded by another mistake, and well, life goes on. There are days like that. 57-38. Again, it's how you bounce back, really. Let's see if Phoenix has something in them that will allow them to roar back. They have it. Light score by Erobo. However, just could not complete the task.
Ilang ito si... Oh, that's another bad pass. Ilang ito si Erobo kay Manuel.
Oh.
You know, any one of those three-point shots or right could really get them back in the ball game.
But that's not happened.
That's gonna be a foul on Perkins. Pangatlo na yata niya, no? Yes. Masakit yun. Because he's the guy that's giving them stability in the power forward position.
And providing points where they...
need
because they cannot get it from anywhere else. 57-38 ang ating kasalukuyang bilang.
Nakita natin yung bench points ng Phoenix. Talagang very scanty. Kulang-kulang.
Spotty. Sporadic. Ito sabi ni Bueva, ganito yan eh.
Mga many stops na nagagawa ng Phoenix, hindi lang sila maka-score.
Hindi maka-touchdown sa kabila. Alolino.
That's a good driving down the middle. And then cut the lead down to 17. The lowest it's come in quite a while.
Dish to Manuel.
Money.
Who rarely wastes point-blank range shots. He has 10.
Well, nag-press kayo, but it turned out to be a 2-on-1 situation at the end. So, back to a 19-point lead.
Right with Banchero as a dancing partner. The cut by Erobo. Ball lost to Manuel. Manuel lobs Abueva. And it's back to 21. It is the full version of a timeout as the Alaska Aces threatened momentarily but able to survive the threat. Ahead now by 21. You are back with us here at the Mall of Asia Arena. Calvin Abueva already with 16 points in this particular battle, hitting from a variety of directions. Wind up pa.
Yeah, he also had a three-point shot in the first half of play. So he has matched the 16 points that Banchero has given. And look at that trap. Kawawa naman dito. There was a jump ball called against
Alolino. By the way, don't forget, on Sunday, it's boxing here on ESPN 5. Jerry Nancajas goes up against Israel Gonzalez. Boy, so much unknown about the Gonzalez fighter. No videos, no nothing. We'll all find out on Sunday. First battle of Agcajas on American soil.
By the way, Geranteng has been sent
Yes.
back into the ball game together with Inciso. So nagpalasa ng konti ang Alaska Aces dito.
Manuel, short. Tang, good fake. Doesn't get a whistle. Follow up, Abueva, no problem.
Geranteng was fouled in that play.
Yes,
too.
he did. Yes, he was.
Obviously, he should have gone to the free throw line. Pero nangyari, may rebound na, may puntos pa si Abueva. Double statistical points.
Bargain, 2 for 1. Perkins. Manuel waiting for his next move. Examiniano on Alolino. No. Rebound on the ground. Revilla. That will go. Make a samang foul.
His second personal foul on
Now
Abueva.
bringing Calvin Abueva, substitution, number 4, Jason Perkins.
That is going to qualify as the power move of the quarter, brought to you by Cobra Energy Drink. Tunay na lakas.
He's running floating shot there by Revilla. Could net him 3 points. Well, if that shot didn't go in violation and ginawa ni Manuel, he would have been, Revilla would have been given another free throw. Because he entered the lane way before the shot was taken.
And Ciso. Great passing. Great passing.
Naka 3-point play na ang Phoenix. Pinalikan naman ng 3-point shot.
2 minutes.
There is Macho right wide open. Nice pass to Dog.
And Doug has learned how to shoot well from that point-blank range position.
4 points in the ball game for Dog. They need a lot more.
From everywhere, from anywhere. Abueva. Saminiano.
Nagsona na dito ang Phoenix.
Tang. Can't get it to Curlin.
Malas talaga ito si Teng. Lahat ang daming libreng point blank range shot. Ayaw talaga pumasok.
Joseph Eliabu.
Parang a bad potting day.
Bola pa ng Phoenix yun.
Okay, ang ating Moneyball winner. Parang suki natin ito. Laging lumalabas ng pangalan na ito. Si Cornelio Lumbanya, ang ating Phoenix Accelerate Moneyball Best Player of the Game. Baba na sa 1 minute and 13, third quarter. Revilla to Alolino. Ayaw mahulog sa loob. And Abueva inakap ang bola. Examiniano, hindi dumating yung sulat sa bahay. Ito na ngayon si Wright. Si Dre, ayaw pumasok. Binigay ka Alolino. Bahagyang nasupalpal. Mananatili ang bola dyan.
Substitution, number 5 for Calvin Abueva.
Sulat.
Always put your zip code, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, look at the challenge that Alaska is protecting yung underneath the basket shot.
Parang
Yung effort talaga is being displayed very well by their players.
the rule has been invoked, Dr. J. No easy shots, huh? Nice pass. Right, gets it to bite.
Wala talaga siyang defense sa labas. Puro nasa loob. Dalawang kick in. Free throws kanina.
Ocho
Tapos
puntos.
itong sa underneath the basket.
Baba na sa 35 seconds. That's in this third and season Lobo. Lobo! Sinungkit ang
Straight
langit.
points, no? 5 straight points. What a luxury. No? Pinaupo mo sila Casio, pinaupo mo sila Banchero. Meron pa rin taga-tira para sa iyo na Inciso. Who came from the Phoenix team.
Substitutions, RJ2 for
Hindi nakapagtawag ng timeout yun, even though they wanted to call it timeout. The 5-second shot clock violation was called and then an inbound violation.
Parang limitless supply ng bala eh, no? So far in this game, Tang, problematic inbound, managed to send it long to Magat. 25 seconds remaining, 17 on the shot clock.
You gotta watch Inciso against us nakasona ito.
Saminiano. Oh, foul sa ilalim.
Loose ball foul on Manuel. And there's a bump between Manuel and Dog, and Dog's not gonna take those kind of things from anybody. But good thing, give it to the referee. They got in between Hindi na lumaki ang and Dog will take 2 free throws dahil penalty situation ng Alaska.
Foul number 87, Vic Manuel, penalty. That was the first foul. Vic Manuel.
No words required for those visuals, really.
And we have referee Balaw probably give
Technical
a
foul
technical.
on Vic Manuel for
I have
second
learned
motion.
early in life, Dr. J, pag kami mga malalakit, matatapang, step back konti. Mahirap na eh.
Well, Dog's not gonna take
I
any
agree.
of this.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
him. No?
yeah.
Well, the same thing with Vic. Ang nangyari doon,
Technical free throw is
foul na siya. He gave an extra bump with his shoulder, of course.
Nangiwan ng calling guard. Eh.
Now, Jeff Chan will take the technical free throw call against Manuel.
Extra
New shots
motion.
for Doug Kramer.
And then Doug will now take the 2 free throws. No? 20-point lead para sa Alaska. The whole night, they've just dominated the Phoenix Fuel Masters.
In every department. Their defense has been unforgiving. Kramer knocks down the 2 charities. He has a 6-point collection. We're coming down to 15 seconds here. Here's Examiniano. That's a foul.
And they're also in the penalty.
Foul number 35, Matthew Wright, penalty.
Matthew Wright, foul number 2, penalty situation.
2 shots for Jerome Day.
Let's see if Jerome can finally score here. He's 0 out of 6 from the field. Still, hindi yata maganda gising na ito.
Importante yung makatulog ka to wake up rested eh. Diba? Merong wake up na ano eh. I speculate of course, but baka
Ayun, malakas
ayaw
naman.
talaga.
Nothing.
Lakasan. He is bubbling with energy. Ayaw pumasok ng gigigil ng kapiraso ang ating rookie. Nice line. No. And Manuel secures. And at the end of 3 quarters, Alaska continues to maintain its dominance over Phoenix. Back in a moment for the final.
Weakness is going to be to their advantage.
They pick up their 4th straight.
Blackwater's got a young squad, but he wants them to grow up in a hurry.
Gregorio for 3. Chase to the cup. Gets the basket. Nagkakuban pang foul.
Rain or shine will end up snapping their 2-game slide here.
Looking for a major uprising from Meralco Vault. But talagang may problema. Opensa ng Meralco.
Lagi ho namin tinatanong yan. Kasi ang mga teams ngayon naghahanap ng consistency. Ha? Kasi ang tournament format, pumapasok na. And it's kicking in. Some teams that have had an early surge enjoying the blessings of that, while those in the middle of the pack trying to improve on their present situation.
Well, the way Alaska is going, they might pick their 5th win in a row after losing the first 2 games. So that game of Magnolia is very important for them. They're also a very, very good team right now. And can they win 5 in a row against a tough Blackwater team? Blackwater hindi pa consistent, but they have pulled a lot of surprises already in this tournament. And when they're healthy, they're they're also a pretty good team. No? So that's a big one. Then of course yung isa, ano ba yun? Meralco, ano ba yun?
Check it out. And we'll first say that the quarter is brought to you by Cobra Energy Drink. May laban ka. Kung Friday,
Meralco Rainer siya.
Marako rin siya yung second game. Blackwater laban sa Magnolia. First game.
That's right. That's what I was mentioning about Blackwater. Pero yung second game na tinatanong ko, it is Rain or Shine. And Rain or Shine, a lot of rumors there, but let's see. Jeff Chan.
Which could be distracting. Huh? In the meantime, JC Intel seizes the rebound but could not stay in his hands for long. Players falling over each other here. Jeff Chan, top shot, no. Ball is loose and Siso comes out of the madness. Dishes. Pace of the game, frenetic.
Well, yung Phoenix, they have to continue to play team ball. There's so many players open, pero nakikita natin nagpipilit na yung ibang players. They continue with their zone. The game still has a whole fourth quarter to go.
And we have seen big leads disappear because the three-point shot is always there. As Wright gets a layup. That's all he's getting tonight.
He's getting layups, follow-ups, and free throw shots. But he's going to get his, no? Even though he can't make a three-point shot yet at this time.
10 points by Wright stop. And Ciso followed by Matthew Wright. And Ciso wiggles open. Nice pocket pass. The shot undelivered though.
Pagkakataon na talaga din ng Phoenix, no? To make some headway. They still have limitation. They have to play like a team.
And Tal and battle. Great pass. Matthew Wright was still begging for a foul. Got the bucket. Another layup. Aces want to talk things over their lead. And now has now been reduced to 14. Watch this. We shall return very swiftly.
Actually, I'm very excited kasi like what you've said, it's the first time. Pero lahat naman ng bagay, lahat ng first time is ma-excite ka. After the jump ball, regular game. Parang hindi kami magkakasama dati. Talagang we're trying to win. And they will try to win also. So, normal.
As it should be, Dr. J. And in the meantime, here come the Fuel Masters trying to engineer a resurgence in this reunion game between these two gentlemen who have played alongside each other with different teams in the past.
They put a lot of pressure and then they fall into a zone.
Rakal, corner
So
flip.
you start missing those outside shots, you give them opportunities to come back in the ball game. 10 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Matthew driving again, hard.
No. Here's the outlet. Leaking out Manchero. Tagged on the arm by Hasul.
Foul number 31, RJ Azul. That's his first foul, one on the Fuel Masters.
Free throws forthcoming for Manchero.
That was a big stop there by Alaska because again, nakikita mo na pupunta na yung momentum. If you had made another 2 points, it would have been down to 12. And they would be putting the pressure on you.
And the ball game's mood and temperament would change substantially. And the first free throw, no. Manchero hit his wrist earlier in the first half. As to whether that has any effect, I have no idea right now.
Yung wrist niya, no, kanina. Medyo matagal. Daredevil rin kasi yung drive niya sa basket.
Kanina, no?
Walang preno, talagang bahala na.
The man with no fear.
17 points in the ball game now for him. 18 si Abueva.
And the lead stands at 15. Almost reduced to 13 there. And here come the Aces. Pushing, pushing, pushing. And first, you don't succeed. Always work on your follow-up. 20 points.
20 points and a lot of rebounds.
JC and Tal straight and true. It's a three.
Only the second three-point shot yata dito para sa Phoenix. Yung isa galing kay Jeff Chet.
71-57. Coming down to the 9-minute mark.
Yun ang malilibre sa cross-court pass. No? Pero ang bilis ng close-out.
Yun libre si Season Lobo. Rimming out. Rebound on the ground. Pasul sets it to the wrong party. He was just embattled in on that baseline. And we're going to check out High Satibay rebound. Brought to you by Eagle Cement. High Satibay.
The far side, nabagsak si Calvin Abueva. No? out of the actual rebounding play, no? May nagkabanggaan doon. Natatawa na lang siya.
Well, you know, you said it correctly earlier, Dr. J. You should be able to take as much as you dish out. 2 for 2? No, not quite. Split from the line by Rakal, Chan, and that's a foul against Abueva.
Quickly helping up Jeff Chan. But he should watch it because that's going to be his third personal foul now.
Alaska can really afford to miss him in any manner.
Yeah, he can be aggressive, but you know, stay away from those silly fouls because it's far away from the basket.
Be discerning, ano, ha? In top, same spot. Not this time. Inside the 9-minute zone with exactly 8:35 to go. 72-57. Long pass to the side. Shot clock down to 7. Where is this play going? Another long cross-court toss. A difficult layup. He actually lost his footing. That'll go!
Good timing there by Baclao to pick up the loose ball and then come up with a difficult jump shot. His first 2 points, no? Swerte rin yun, no? Being at the right
Ilan na si
place.
Baclao? 6 points?
6 points, sorry.
Kasi may jump shot siya kanina. Kung first half. Naalala ko yun. Aha, huli ka. Pinato. Libre, ahead. Leak out, gone. Lahat ng sunog na sinimulan ng Phoenix napapatay ng Alaska, Dr. J.
Simply because of their untiring defense.
And Phoenix is forced to call a timeout. This is the lead pass by Banchero. And Rakal is home free. We will be back.
I think we've been winning games because we've been playing a lot better defense. And I know we don't need much motivation after last conference. You know, not making the playoffs is enough motivation in itself. But we've been playing better defense and rebounding the basketball. I'm trying to set the tone on defense, especially with my pressure. Hopefully we can continue to do that. I'm just trying to play my best now because we need it.
I had the feeling it was whispering in a church. Actually, Dr. J.
Hindi naman siya nagko-confession siguro.
I think it's just being forthright and honest. And 76-57 is the current count. Alaska is sending a loud, strong message to the rest of the field.
Yeah, because it's been a good start of the 2018 for them.
Losing their first 2.
And then really coming back strong because they've been healthy. They got some momentum with their first win. And slowly but surely, they're getting back the kind of game that they are noted for.
Global Port and Lex San Miguel waiting for them. That's their signal. There's a technical foul. Kanino binigay?
Substitutions taking the also for Matthew Wright. William Wilson for JC Cup.
Hindi niya narinig. Hindi ko rin marinig. But I think there was maybe a substitution there that
that was not really permitted.
Maybe not reported when we got into the floor.
Nagpaalam sa table.
I am not really sure. Because I didn't hear the bar. Nawala yung barker natin. Napahinga rin na sandali yung isa. That's a good way to break the press.
Yeah, long passes. And constant movement.
Good position. Kaya alam mo siya may papasok. Nice pass. Look at that block by Noy.
The specialty of his game.
He has great timing.
Without fouling.
Yep.
Rakal. Bakla, subukan ko lang.
Really happy that he has come back. Very nice fellow. This guy's also from Bacolod.
Yes, go again. There's Wilson. Wilson curling.
Oh.
May we request both teams to stay in the shaded area?
Well, the signal for a flagrant foul or a deliberate foul was called against Wendy Wilson. It will be reviewed first if it is such or just simply an offensive foul.
Boy, that was a bit of a haymaker onto the cheek of Abueva.
Take a look at that one. He's trying to pose him up.
Flagrant foul penalty one on William Wilson.
Flagrant foul is called against him.
William Wilson has to sit on
He's
the
got to
bench
sit
for
down
3
3 minutes.
minutes.
And that's an expensive one because that's a flagrant foul.
He
Gastos siya.
will be a visitor to the commissioner.
Yep. He will be suspended because it's not flagrant foul too. And we have Justin Chua coming in to replace Willie
2
Wilson.
shots for Calvin Abueva.
And Abueva, who nearly got a dental job there.
He wasn't asking for one.
Not today. Nobody likes that.
22-point lead.
And in full control.
Bigat ng
Global ang susunod na kalaban ng ng Alaska.
well, that's another team that's been playing very well, and they do have the big men, and they
Yeah.
also have some tough players.
And Lex on the 11th, they have a heavy schedule ahead of them actually. And they high over to Batangas, that's Alaska, against San Miguel Beer. Carry. No.
Loose ball foul is going to be called against Justin Chua. But
Loose ball foul on number 9, Justin Chua.
You got it, Dr. J.
That's his second foul.
Second foul, 6:41 remaining. Team foul story, 2 against Alaska, 4 against
14.
Phoenix that has been held to just 57 points here in the fourth quarter. Banchero, nobody to pass to. Banchero lets it fly because there was only 1 second left on the shot clock. And Cisa tried to chase Revilla. Perkins swings right, goes left. Drives hard, puts up the hook. No, not enough height. Banchero, what a great spin and a drive for the basket.
gandang finish yun. Almost naagaw na naman ito.
Mendoza on the other end, and might as well waste some time.
Yeah, you have no direct layup. Might as well use the clock because you are very comfortably ahead. Medyo malaki ang laman.
Nice speed.
Nice. And his teammates have really helped him out.
Number 16, Jeff Chen.
Banchero has been Mr. Everything for Alaska today, and we have a ceasefire requested with the score at 84-59. Watch this.
Timeout, Phoenix.
It's like a skills competition drive, and we have a full timeout. And we are back with you. And no 2 days are the same, whether in basketball or in life. Wilson has been declared best player of the week. The week just ended before this one, but today has been different. That's what he did against Ginebra.
Perfect from the field in 19 points. A team that he used to play for. Played for Ginebra. 5 rebounds also. But tonight, nothing going for him. Natawagan pa siya ng ano.
Flagrant.
He has 2 points, but he's only 12.5% shooting from the field with 7 rebounds.
You were always good in math in school. Natural
Grade school kayo.
Yeah, talaga. But I know you love literature. That I know.
Foul on number 4, Chris Pacheco.
Love that subject.
Third
I
foul.
love the old poets.
2 free throws for
T.S.
J.K.
Eliot, Browning, yung mga ganun.
And, you know, some of those
The new ones.
novels and novel.
In the meantime, Mendoza misses the first gift shot, 84-59. Boy, this is ballooned to 25.
I just Alaska showing no mercy.
Oh,
They
yes,
want
sir.
to keep their game at a very high level. You know, you play the game right. That's the way it should be.
From start to finish. And we're coming down to 5 and 20, approaching the finish. Not this time, and a chance to recycle the offense.
They're having a field day also on the rebound.
Yeah.
Calvin.
Kung sakali yun, kuminsan parang alahoy yung tira na yun. Pero confidence si Calvin dyan sa tira na yun. Baseline, Chua, no, rebound.
Yan
And
ang
season.
problema sa Phoenix.
One trip na.
Isang pasa, isang tira. You're a center, you're supposed to get the rebound, but you take the shot, he's going to rebound for you. Well, of course, it's a big margin, so obviously you want to be able to get some points back easy.
But a move, but nice block.
By JP.
Whoa! Oh!
Nothing can go wrong para sa Alaska.
Not tonight.
Well, not for the last 5 games.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, and it's sending a very, very loud clarion call to the rest of the tournament. Perkins, great game.
Despite sprained his ankle a little bit.
That's why he was holding.
He picks himself up.
Hinawakan niya, eh, no?
Double figures rin to si Jason. He's got 12 actually.
Well, a few of the bright lights ng team na yan
Jason
tonight.
and then Jeff had his moments.
But this guy has been special. 22 markers.
They're going to win this ball game. It'll be hard to pick between Banchero and Calvin Abueva as the best players of this game. They've really contributed to their game. Nice shot. Dalawang basket dito sa fourth quarter.
Ganda ng arko, no?
Yeah, remember, he came from Alaska. They picked him up. I think medyo dumami ang play. Oh, nice steal there.
Perkins dropping to the deck. Chan, he's attempt
One
short.
more time, sabi niya. Ayaw pa rin.
Hindi magsulod ang bola.
That's gonna be a foul.
Yep.
Now,
And a trio of subs coming in. Quartet, in fact. Magat, I see Cruz, Potts, and Galigues all set to join the party. I think everybody has played there.
shooting 2 is Simon Azizo.
Mahirap talaga itong best player.
Substitutions, Ryan for Calvin Abueva, Mariana for Roy Manuel, Alan Potts for Chris Manchero, Matthew Ryan for Jeff Chan, Joseph Young for Jason Perkins, Alvin Nessa for JP Mendoza.
And Ciso also had his moments here. No? Couple of
Oh, no?
jump
Malaki.
shots that were important there when Phoenix was trying to make a run.
Alam mo, napaka-muscular. This should be probably one of the most muscular Alaska teams to the ages. No? In their 32 years of existence as a franchise.
Wala talaga pumasok sa three-point shoot.
Wala, no? Yun ang
Shooting ni Matthew, right?
Parang too much muscle talaga, no? Pag hindi ka relax talaga, eh. Libre. And a foul by Potts from behind.
Wala pa sila sa penalty.
Apat pa lang nasa yun. Ray Guevara sees action. Galigues back now gets a chance to go in. And Revilla will now sit down. Ray Guevara has been around as well, huh?
Well, Air 21, Meralco. Was, for a while there, wala nang ang team. You know? Phoenix gave him one opportunity. They probably at the slot.
That'll count. And tons of frustration on that side of the floor, despite the converted basket.
What Alaska did not allow Phoenix to do is to play their half court.
That is so correct.
And they know that Phoenix really does not have any post players now or anybody that can dominate at the low post. So all they did was really just shut you out from the outside. Take away your being able to set your half-court game so that you can pass the ball around and always challenge yung mga three-point shooters. So they just allowed them to play their game.
And we're into the last 2 minutes of this impending win by Alaska, brought to you by Cobra. Sa Cobra Energy Drink, may laban ka.
You see, Matthew can still get one to go for it. He's reaching. I wanted to throw that up. Kung malapit-lapit yung binitawan niya.
Medyo poor lead distance yun. Baldy has been shooting from way out.
I don't know if he's okay after that break. It's another good basket by Justin. All of a sudden, nakatulong siya dito with 4 points. But it's what we call scrum time.
That should be a good game, especially the one with San Miguel in Batangas. Fans, the Batangueños will enjoy that game. That's on February 17.
Yeah, tignan natin ngayon kung sino nagraradyada doon. Because at that time, siyempre San Miguel gustong bumawi yan galing sa talo yan. They don't, you know, it's not easy for them with Cabagnot still on the injury list. And at the same time, itong Alaska, they'll have some tough teams to go up to. People begin to realize how they play.
Mababasa at mababasa yan. Global Port, as we mentioned, is coming
They're
up.
playing also well. That's another team that, even though some of their losses, they were close. You know, they were always competing. Can they do the same against Alaska?
On February 11, they will play the first game on Sunday of that day against NLEX at the Araneta Coliseum.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a review of the last
Yeah, on the other hand, the Phoenix schedule, their next game is against TNT Catropa on Wednesday. That's a 1 week difference. A week from now. Guevara drives hard, overcooks it. It'll stay there. After TNT, they've got Meralco and then Blackwater. Here's De Hesa looking inside. Right, still on the floor. Nice glass shot by Chua.
Sa court, nakakaset sila eh. Of course, there's no more Baclauder or a Sonny Cross or a Calvin to intimidate you or block your shot. Nakasundutan.
Kaligas kinain nila. And he needed some help.
And Louis is also known for his pressure defense. There's another one, another steal. That got Alex standing up. Let's not throw away the points that we worked so hard to get.
We've invested so much. We got to get some dividends here.
16.3. That's safe.
Abueva trying to be an assistant coach there also. Kung tataas din ang kamay.
Goal of team pa siya. And Magot. 18. Back to 18 points.
Yeah, and we're ticking away the final seconds. That won't work, and that'll do it for this game.
No need to shoot, no need to foul.
Chua just trying to ball hawk there, 2.5 remaining.
Shaking hands of two coaches that work hard. Hindi natitira na.
Sabi ni Alex Compton, wag na. And then the two friends, the coaching staffs on both sides meet at center court. There is so much history between these two sides. And Abueva moving over now to Hasul. They were teammates also once.
Yeah.
And we're going to check out the final score in just a short while and the final confirmation. But first, the power move of the quarter, brought to you by Cobra Energy Drink. Tunay na lakas. The final tally is 93-75, and Alaska has now raced to its 5th straight, Dr. J.
Yeah, they are a very good team right now, but we're also still early in the tournament. Hindi pa nga playoffs yan, you know?
Di pa. In the meantime, Dr. J, sino ba ang ating mga best player? O kung isa o dalawa,
It
ako
was
sure.
really hard to choose between these two, but I think Calvin and Banchero deserve it. Calvin also had double figures in rebounds. I think 11 or 12 yan. And then on the other hand, we have Banchero really starting the game so well. You know, all of the three-point shooting, three-point plays. Look at that spin around the little man there.
Parang dribbling drill no ha? Okay, and if we're ready, Dr. J and Carla will interview Chris Banchero as well as Calvin Abueva.
That's right. We are now here with our best players of the game, Chris Banchero and Calvin Abueva. Chris Banchero with 22 points, 9 out of 12 free throws, and 4 assists. So, Chris, we'll talk to you first. This is your second straight game being named best player of the game. Is there any specific reason behind these inspired performances?
No, I mean, these are games that we need to win. We know we're going into the last part of this conference, and we're trying to build momentum. You know, it was big for us to get these wins.
And you mentioned earlier that defense is really important to get a win here today. How would you rate your defense in this game?
We held them to 75 points. You know, if we can hold teams to that, we're going to win a lot of games. We just need to continue and improve, and hopefully win a game here on Sunday.
Is there anyone that you'd like to greet?
All my family in Pangasinan and all my family back home, and Coach Tony. Good, we got a dub for you.
Thank you so much, Chris. Good job today. Now we also have Calvin Abueva with 21 points, 14 rebounds, and 4 steals. Calvin, nagpalit ka ng 14. Nagpalit ka ng jersey number, so swerte yung number 8. Mukhang mas swerte pa ang number 88.
Actually, talagang pinalitan ko to para ipakita ko naman yung The Beast 2.0. Tsaka talagang pinagandaan ko tong game na to dahil sa mga nangyari sa akin last week. Ito, nagbumubuo na para ipakita ko kung sino talaga ako.
Marami pala kaming ma-expect ngayong 2018 mula kay Calvin. And of course, sabi rin ni Coach Alex nga kanina na very positive yung team ngayon. Kaya rin very successful. Wala pa kayong talo ngayong New Year. Nararamdaman mo rin ba talaga yun?
Nung last game namin, di ako napaglaro. Tsaka nagka-problema ako sa sarili ko, sa family ko. Kaya ito, pinagandaan ko tong game na to, lalo na sa birthday ko sa linggo against Global. Pagandaan ko ba? Tsaka binabati nga pala si Boss Delta sa tulong ni Boss Delta at maraming salamat sa tulong nyo kay Atty. Chua, kay Ivoy Gonzalez Trinidad, kay Gerald Mingoy, Arnie, at kay Ma'am CK Daniel ko, at saka sa family niya, saka kuya niya, at sa family ko na nakasuporta sa akin, kay Len Melo, sa family ni Len Melo, kay Daran Bitug, kay Diamond Boys, John Carino, kay Bon Jeff, at kay Kamote, at sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa amin, lalo na dito sa fans ko. Thank you sa last cases. Thank you.
Thank you, Calvin. Congratulations sa panalo ngayon. Puntahan na natin ang ating post-game press conference.
He gets the ball, and then he's just his speed, and I mean he's different. He's unique, and he was special today, and he just made a lot of plays for us, and I was really proud of him and his effort. So. Thought Chris was great. I thought, honestly, I was so happy to see Noy Baclao play the way he played. You know, he came in and blocked some shots. Even one was a foul, I think, on Chris with JP coming down the middle. But Noy came in and gave us a shot blocking presence that we haven't had. And we've missed him, and thought he was great. And I thought Simon Enciso, I told him as he came off the court with 2+ minutes, I thought that was the best game he's played in an Alaska uniform. I thought he really did a good job of settling the team down and running us and still applying pressure and playing smart. And that was really helpful. Oh gosh, I would love that. Kung mangyayari yun, siguro papahabahan ko to para habulin kita. Okay lang yan. I'm just worried about Global Port now. You know what happens with head coaches? I'll go smile with the team and be happy, and I'll kiss my wife and give my son who's here a hug, and then on the drive home, try not to worry about Global Port, but I'll already be worrying about Global Port, so I can't think that far ahead. Yeah. Excuse me. He knows more about basketball than I do. You don't get to, sometimes there's just things the way life works out. Right now we got a bunch of healthy guys that had a really good game against his team. I did not for 1 second outcoach that man. I've learned a lot from him, and as friends, I hope that I'll continue to learn from him. This was just a game, and our guys played really well. Yes. I don't know if I handle preseason games right, Kaberte, because I don't really try to win them. Ours is really more about kind of teaching and trying some different stuff. So I don't know that one helped us as much. I just think that the atmosphere of the team, the psychology, it's the thing with players. Last year was so heavy, and this year feels so light. And it's a psychological, emotional, spiritual issue. It's not it wasn't an X's and O's thing. We haven't changed our system, and today I thought our guys were really positive and light, and taas ng energy nila. So I don't know that I can look back to that as much as just they've been fantastic in the new year. So hopefully 2018 continues this way for us. I think with Fred, the only way you ever get over the hump is by winning a championship. So I don't know. Hopefully that will happen someday, sooner than later. But yeah, I'm just glad that the biggest thing is the way that we're playing right now. And Sunday we got our hands full. The way Stanley's playing, Jonathan Gray, Kelly's been great. Youssef gives them a presence. They just got a bunch of guys that are playing really well. I think Ryan Aranya's doing a great job for them. So now I'm already thinking about Global Port. Sorry. Well, ang biro ko sa kanila is number ko kasi 44. He's twice as good as me. So I don't actually know. I have to talk to him more about it. Baka dahil idol niya si Asi. Di ko alam. Pinisi ba? I don't actually know. But if he'll keep playing like that, then if he wants to be 8,888, okay lang sa akin. He was fantastic.
Okay, that is our discussion with Alex Compton, raising so many points already, thinking about Global Port, their next opponent. But here today, they played with as much energy and passion as they possibly can, Dr. J.
Yeah, I thought that they came very well prepared for this ball game. Defensively, they just really knew everything that they wanted to do. Then, of course, all of those turnovers that they caused made it easy for them to score. But at the same time, since they were able to shut down the outside shooting of Phoenix, except for Jeff Chan in the second quarter, medyo madali sa kanila yung laro.
You put it correctly. The defense was the key, because in the second quarter they also limited the Phoenix Fuel Masters to just 12 points as well.
24 points lang ito sa first half. 48 sila though. They doubled them up. So mabigat yan.
Just baskets for Phoenix came too few and far between. Matthew Wright could not hit the target from long distance, Dr. J.
He did not at all, but he still ended up as their top scorer with some garbage points in the end, 16 points. But most of them were either tip-ins or going to the basket plus 2 free throws.
And Banchero and Calvin Abueva emerging as our best players because they were simply instrumental and phenomenal tonight.
Well, Calvin had 5 turnovers, but he also had 4 steals. And, officially he has 15 rebounds, but it was there 14. But 9 of them were offensive rebounds. So you can just imagine what he contributed to the team.
Okay, and in the end, it was a big win by Alaska, their 5th straight. Final look at the numbers, Dr. J.
For percentage-wise, plus 12. Masyadong malaking diferensya. Fast break points, plus 16. Bench points, plus 27. Biggest lead, 27 rin.
Sakto, no, ha? Okay, and
Coincidence.
we take a look at the final producers. Banchero, Abueva, Baclao played so well as
Bit
well.
tournament, no?
And that is the way the tournament has been going. And on that note, we'd like to thank Dr. J and Carla Lizardo and our entire hardworking ESPN5 PBA production team. And from the Mall of Asia Arena, this is Seb Sarmenta saying, good night to all of you. Sports Center is next.